There's a lot of things I like about Forgotten Ministries. First off, it's pure ministry. And by that I mean it's doing the ugly things, the uncomfortable things, the things that are not real popular or very convenient. You get your hands a little dirty, and basically you meet people you're never going to ever meet.
Forgotten Ministries has challenged me personally to constantly be aware of the needs that are right in front of me. Sometimes my vision can be so large that I forget the person who's seated beside me in the restaurant.
To me, Forgotten Ministries is just one of many avenues to share Jesus with a hurting world. It's a ministry maybe outside the doors of the church. It's not just going to church, it's being the church.
Forgotten Ministries has an aspect that I've never seen before. The mobile ministry of being able to take clothing, food, the word, worship, yard equipment, construction equipment, being able to take that out into community. I don't see any church doing that. As individual churches, it's just something you don't see. Forgotten Ministries is the bridge over the gap between all the churches. It's the vessel that allows churches to come together under the name of Christ and not an individual name, and truly reach the people that need God's word and God the most in this world.
Forgotten Ministries has challenged me by making me aware of what's going on in our community. I think that we sit in our churches and sit in our pews and have our relationship with God, and we don't really understand all the pain and the hurt that people in the community are going through. And being involved in Forgotten Ministries, I've had the opportunity to get out there and meet the people and see the pain and see the things they're going through, and just give them a little bit of help and a little bit of encouragement.
Forgotten Ministries has been able to get me and my people, my class, those of us who work with them, in touch with an entire population of people in the Enid area that I didn't even know were there. We're involved in an apartment complex that's mostly populated by people that are Marshallese, and they are wonderful to get to know. They're a lot of fun, and I didn't even know they were there, and here's an entire community that's there that we would have known nothing about if it hadn't been for our involvement in Forgotten Ministries, and so I'm excited about that.
Forgotten Ministries has allowed me to meet people that were there the whole time that I looked away from on purpose. You can't really make an excuse for it, and because of Forgotten Ministries, we've made lifestyle choices.
Next weekend, Forgotten Ministries is going to basically do a home makeover on our house. I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. I don't know really what to expect. I know my husband and I have our past life that has kind of piled up on us. We own our own house and have 4 children, so things are a little bit ran down.
Forgotten Ministries has challenged me, I guess, mainly in just the area of service. I think it's just helped to remind me that the church needs to be out engaging culture, and when Jeremiah and Sarah showed up and started doing what they do, then I think it really woke a lot of people up to the fact that people need to be served, and there's a lot of real needs out there that we can meet as a church, which is a front door for the gospel.
We don't see a lot of homeless people in Northwest Oklahoma, and we tend to forget that group of people. We tend to forget the needy, and just bringing together the churches in Enid and the surrounding communities to go and minister to that group of people in Enid has just been a blessing.
Forgotten Ministries has challenged me in the idea of being willing to being a part of getting involved again, similarly with other churches, and getting outside the walls of the city and outside the walls of the church.
Forgotten Ministries has certainly affected our church. Our people want to do something. They're looking for direction, and this helped give us some direction and some focus on how to make contact with people out there in Enid.
What I like about Forgotten Ministries is that they are not trying to do something independent of the church. While they're out in the community and they are a parachurch organization, they don't abandon the church. They seek to come alongside local churches here to get churches involved and really seek to unify people under the common concept of outreach.
I think it's really the challenge of going forth and being the body or the church outside of the four walls of the church building.
Well, I'd say Forgotten Ministries has challenged us here at OBA to have a heart for the rest of the town, and I've been just unbelievably impressed with the way our kids have embraced that, whether it was through Laundry Love or going down by the hospital there and feeding folks. It's raised a new awareness for our kids.
For me, one of the things that I continually am impressed and encouraged by, and at the same time even blown away, is the stories that I hear from Jeremiah of what happens when Forgotten Ministries partners with rural communities and comes into town literally as missionaries, coming in so many ways to bring revival into your communities.
As churches, we can often concentrate on our own little world and our own community and our own neighborhood, miss the parts of town we don't necessarily drive through, and we can think of missions as something we do overseas and something we do in a foreign place. Forgotten Ministries challenges the churches to see missions right around the corner or a few blocks away, and to offer our resources for what God is doing here in our community.
I really like the fact that Forgotten Ministries is not just an Emmanuel ministry, but it is a community-wide ministry. But Emmanuel has partnered on the walk. We've given regularly, monthly, to the support of the ministry, and then we've participated on the Thursday night and the Tuesday night, and the food drive, and a number of other projects that Forgotten Ministries has been involved in.
Well, a lot of people through up my church have got involved with Forgotten Ministries, and I believe that it's brought a lot of people closer to God.
I like to serve with Forgotten Ministries because it gives me a chance to interact with people, but it also gives me a chance to be challenged in areas in my life where I guess you'd have to say that I need to improve in.
What I'd like to see Forgotten Ministries do in the future is continue to this idea that we recently just did called Impact. We got together, our youth got together with Forgotten Ministries and went to a town called Little River, Kansas. And we went to a place that truly needed to know God's power and His love and His passion and what that looked like in outreach form. And that entire town got changed, got revolutionized, and was just revived of what God's Spirit is and the love that He has. And I'd love to see Forgotten Ministries continue to reach out to not only this city, but also the surrounding cities. Because what would it be like if we could have a region who is known for caring about its people and showing God's love?